So I've been listening to the Telepathy Tapes. I'm done season 1. There's a season 2 that I haven't got to yet. What a lot. A lot of emotions. It is incredibly interesting. Definitely transformed my view on a lot of things. So there's that. So it's great, right? It's super cool. But the other part of it is like, it is devastatingly sad and fucking infuriating about what society has done to non-speakers, like non-verbal children and adults. You know, they can't speak, they don't have very good control of their bodies, severely autistic, non-verbal, people. We all have some, well, I mean, maybe we don't all have those in our lives, but, we're all familiar with people like that. And the sad part is that there's real intelligent people in there in bodies that don't cooperate with them, and so they're not able to express that. And people just assume that because they aren't able to express those complicated, intelligent thoughts, that they don't have them. Parents have been told forever by doctors and every teachers, whatever, that it's like, don't bother. It's never going to get anywhere. There's no one in there, right? This is what we know about severely autistic people. That's not true. And it's so sad that they are, 1, trapped, 2, misunderstood, 3, not given equal opportunity to learn even. They're teaching these kids like colors and shapes into high school when some of them are like among the most genius brains that have ever existed. It's really, really, really sad. It makes me feel so bad for them. The infuriating part is that there is clearly a method to communicating that works for them. I mean, they have their own communication between each other, like telepathic communication. That's a real thing. You will learn that if you listen to the tapes. They can telepathically communicate to each other. But when you can't communicate, like, the only means that they have to do that is like something called spelling, or S2C, spelling to communicate, like spelling boards, like you've seen those. Lots of like speech language pathologists and stuff like that have those types of things where people, they just point to pictures or letters or whatever. I always assumed that this was just an accepted, normal means of communicating with kids. I've seen it done myself, like in daycares and stuff. I have a friend who does that for a living, like I just assumed that this was just a standard part of society. It is not. In fact, it is shunned, particularly in the US. Like, people just don't believe that it's a legitimate means of communication, which, again, totally insulting. They're like, well, they couldn't possibly have intelligent thoughts, so it's probably the person they're communicating with or their aide or whatever that is the one spelling, speaking, whatever, transmitting the information, not the actual autistic individual. Which is bullshit, because if you listen to these tapes, the conditions that they are testing these people under, it's not possible. It's not possible for it to be their aides, okay? These people can communicate. These people have insane gifts, and it comes at the cost of being able to function in what we consider to be a normal reality. It hurts. It hurts my heart. So if for anyone else who didn't know that, yeah, you need to like push for that to be like an accepted thing, right? All people should be able to communicate, and all people should have presumed competence, and all people should be given the opportunity to communicate in whichever way works for them. And just because it isn't the way that we communicate with words coming out of our mouths and going into each other's ears doesn't mean it's any less like legit. Like, how dare we, like, oh my God, it's brutal. Anyway, advocate for spelling, spelling to communicate, advocate for the, rights and dignities and everything for autistic people. Like, they should be getting education like everyone else. They shouldn't be teaching these kids colors for 20 years. Like, we're just doing such a disservice. So for any of you who are neurodivergent or are parents or caregivers of or work with non-speakers, I cannot recommend the Telepathy Tapes enough. There's a website you can go and listen to them. You can also see some of the tests that they've done, like watch the videos. The podcast is what I've been listening to. You can just listen to it wherever. It is amazing. It will truly transform your worldview. It's crazy. Highly, highly recommended. 10 out of 10.